Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. So the month of August is certainly shaping up to be an incredibly lucrative month. Right now the metals complex is one of the most liquid markets and continues to present unlimited opportunities to really make big profits fast. Now last week was a classic example of that. The stronger than expected US jobs data that triggered a $100 move to the downside for gold, which was swiftly followed by a $100 slingshot move higher after another scorching inflation reading and the announcement that the US Senate, they approved President Joe Biden's new mega $3.5 trillion stimulus plan. Once again, this presented savvy traders with a series of incredible opportunities to profit from that correction and also the huge price reversal that subsequently followed. Now looking ahead, one of the biggest events that traders will not want to miss as we go into a new week will be the release of the Federal Reserve's policy meeting minutes. As always, the FOMC meeting minutes, they will be highly scrutinized by traders for fresh clues about the highly anticipated wind down of the Fed's massive quantitative easing program. This could be the first major step away from the Fed's easy money policy and a step towards interest rate hikes. Elsewhere next week, US retail sales data, that will be another major focal point for traders. Consumers drive 70% of the economy and the sentiment reading is very closely watched, playing a major role in the timing of the Fed's tapering plans. As you know, volatility that creates opportunities. Banks, hedge funds, they are making multi-billions capitalizing on the week-to-week volatility, and it's not so different for the retail market. The majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, utilizing our proprietary research-driven approach, they've already made in excess of 6 and 7 figures so far this year, and we're still only halfway through the year. So if you have been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading events so far this year, you still have time to make 2021 your best year yet. So with that, let's move over to the charts and we'll talk you through exactly what we're looking at here as we head into a new week. First of all, let's move it over to crude oil. So at the very start of last week, we sniped into crude oil at $65.55 per barrel. As you can see, that was within 50 cents of the low. We got into that position with our clients at the Gold and Silver Club. We were able to bank over 370 points on this trade last week. But going into a new week here, really any weakness that we see on crude oil, if we make a move back down towards the recent swing lows, I would again perceive that as a buy opportunity. I'm looking to buy into further dips on this market over this month to capitalize on the current cycle that energy prices are in throughout this quarter. That brings me over to gold. So as we mentioned to you the previous week, we banked profits on $1,830 per ounce with our clients. We got flat ahead of non-farm payroll data, and then into a new week we were able to get in at much better prices after we had the $100 drop to the downside from the Sunday Asia Pacific Open. This enabled us to build into 4 positions on gold. And on Friday, after we saw the big pump to the upside, 1.5% move on Friday, 3.5% move to the upside last week, we banked 2,250 points profit on our metal positions. That enabled us to have a very fast amount of profits banked just within the matter of 3 trading sessions there. So we saw the impulse move over Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and we were able to bank a lot of profit there on Friday and capitalize massively on that volatility. In fact, not only that, on gold asset of the day earlier on in the week, when gold was trading at $1,730 per ounce, we highlighted to you our expectation that gold was going to come back up towards $1,760 per ounce by the end of the week. And of course, we hit that level perfectly, and in fact, we come all the way up to $1,779 per ounce, and we banked further profits just before the close on Friday. We remain with exposure as well going into next week, but all of those trades are protected. So gold followed exactly our expectation for that slingshot move higher, and this sell-off was just nothing but a massive opportunity to reload after we had this large correction, over $100 move to the downside following on from non-farm payroll data. So I hope many of you have capitalized on that. We've had so many messages regarding gold asset of the day where we went through that in a lot of detail with you. I know many of you have been able to capitalize on that massively, and our clients have absolutely nailed that trade. Then let's move it over to other opportunities we see at the moment as well. As we mentioned to you last week, we banked 500 points on palladium. In fact, on Friday, we banked another 350 points on a second trade on this market. You can see right now where we're consolidating, but each time we're coming back down towards key liquidity zones, a recent swing low. It's offering a great opportunity to add further trades. So typically this time of year, palladium is certainly a market that you want to have on your radar as we continue throughout this quarter, and it's certainly a market that I'm interested in adding further positions on if we do get more selling pressure again, which then takes me out to platinum here, which we also bought into at the beginning of last week. We also were able to bank over 450 points profit on this trade on Friday. Really nice V-shaped reversal recovery here over the last week. So we've seen over a 7.2% increase to the upside here. So essentially we've been able to build in right from the beginning of the week here and capitalize on this bounce higher, which has proved very profitable. Then moving over to silver here. So silver has been lagging. So we talked you through this on silver asset of the day, where essentially last week platinum was leading. It was the first out the gates to break out at the start of the week. Gold subsequently followed, and then it wasn't until Friday that silver finally picked up momentum and broke out 2% to the upside. So we were able to build into lower positions on silver last week as well, which all moved into profit on Friday. I do like silver at these prices, but again, I would expect further volatility in the coming days here, but I'm still a buyer at these lower prices, especially the closer that we get down towards that 23 US dollar per ounce level. So I do like this market at these prices. Then finally moving over to copper, we actually built into a number of trades on this market over the last week, and we were able to benefit off the back of the pump that we saw to the upside on Friday. This market benefited massively of two fundamental factors last week. One of those, of course, was the new stimulus package being agreed in the USA that immediately saw copper prices and palladium and crude oil rally at the start of the week. And then we've also continued to have mining strikes in South America, which are driving up the price of copper as well. So this is a market that I'm looking at again to add further positions on if we were to get any further dips. As you know, bull markets, they don't move up in a straight line and they will zigzag, and the last week has been a fantastic example of that, presenting savvy traders with back-to-back trading opportunities to capitalize massively. Technical analysis does not work. We are in a highly data and event-driven trading landscape. In these times of heightened volatility and rapidly surging inflation, the importance of having an essential income-generating skill like trading has become a must-have necessity. If 2020 has taught us anything, is that you should never rely on just one income stream. Building multiple streams of income, it's no longer an option. It is a priority to make sure that you're inflation proof and that you can thrive, not just survive. The greater your data and intelligence, the greater your edge in navigating these fast moving markets with precision, accuracy, and the highest levels of profitability. If you want to maximize your money making potential and thrive, not just survive in these fast moving markets, then you need to adopt the strategy to the current market conditions. You need to trade like the hedge funds, money managers, the institutions, utilizing a professional, research driven approach in the market. This is where you want to have understanding of data, statistics, cycles in the market, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly cycles, understand key areas of liquidity, be aware of capital flows in the market, very important. Alongside that, know, of course, how the hedge funds, money managers, banks are positioned. You want to marry that up with understanding of macroeconomics, geopolitical news and events that can have a major impact on commodity prices, and of course the intermarket correlations, the ratios in the market, and of course data and market intelligence. That will help you massively to get an edge. So with that, if you would like to learn the research-driven approach to the market, join our community of successful traders and join our professional mentorship program, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private members academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to www.jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application, and we will of course get in touch with you ASAP. And do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you're always kept updated with all of the latest commodity reports.